Some women refuse to talk about it. They don't want to hear it. Something is going on. Couldn't sleep. I had the mood swings. I had the emotions. Like one minute I'm happy, the next minute I'm crying for no reason. One minute I'll be good for like a month, and then it come back like somebody set me on fire with a match. Say, oh, you ain't got to worry about menopause until you 50, 51.
Right.
No, it's women in their 30s going through it. I started to look like a Somalian, like I still had a belly. And come to find out, I had fibroids. I had 13 of them. Majority of mine were like the size of grapefruits that I would just ended up needing an entire hysterectomy. And a lot of doctors don't tell the patients that. Dude, this is what pissed me off. I said, yeah, no, I'm not doing this.
Oh, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute? Can we just talk? Girl, I want to know your name.
Welcome to Intimate Conversations. This is a place where share life stories, journeys, things of that nature, a safe space, and an educational space. For people to learn and try to understand each other, to break the barriers and
Hmm.
through this wall of the gender war, basically. So I know this. Can I call her a fitness guru now?
You can.
Okay, she's a fitness guru. I know her because I DJ'd a prom send off for one of her sons. So
Nope.
that's how
For
I.
for for three of them.
Well, for all of them basically. Okay, so what is your name? How old are you, and where are you from?
My name is Shawnette. I am 45 and I am from Philadelphia.
Okay, okay. All right, I just want you to give the people like a brief background. Your boy, mom, things of that nature. What is your current situation right
Okay, mother of three boys, all finished high school, all finished college. They're working in their own fields right now. I am a nurse at Temple University.
now? Okay,
Uh, I was at Jefferson. I just left Jefferson within the last 3 years. So for the last 3 years, I've been at Temple, and I started in cardiology, and then they moved me to ENT, which is ears, nose, and throat, and it has a lot to do with head and neck cancer. But now I just do behind the scenes, like how we're on the phone now.
right.
Is I do a lot of the telemeds like that with the doctors. So I do a lot of behind the scenes work now.
Okay, okay. So, um, the fitness journey. How did the fitness journey come about? And how often are you working out? How often are you teaching? How did this even become a thing?
All right, so the fitness journey started in 2015.
Okay.
I had was on Facebook or Instagram or something, and I saw this guy named Chris and this girl named Erin. They were like herbal life coaches and stuff, and they were having like free fit camps and stuff like that. So I jumped on board with that for a little bit. And I also tried to do insanity by myself, and I was getting some results. Weight came down, but I noticed I started to look like a Somalian, like I still had a belly.
Right.
So I'm just like, how am I doing all this work? And I'm losing, but my stomach isn't going anywhere. Meantime, I went to the doctor, got all of that figured out, got everything checked out, figure out what was going on, and come to find out I had fibroids.
Okay.
And they told me that the fibroids were too big to take off, that I would just ended up needing an entire hysterectomy. But what they don't fail to tell women is that You can go and get, they call them myomectomies. You can go and get your fibroids removed,
Right.
but they're going to come back.
Right.
And a lot of doctors don't tell the patients that.
Right.
So, once I did that, I came down like 20 pounds.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I gained all this weight back. I got on blood pressure medicine. What really made me like put my foot down was when a doctor wanted to add the third blood pressure medicine.
Okay.
I said, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, a lot of times people don't want to take a lot of blood pressure medicines because I think they said it's something that you just always got to take. You can't get off it.
You can get off of it if you take the necessary steps to get off of it. Like
Okay.
I said, when he wanted to add that third one, I said, no, we just gonna stick with the two and I'm gonna work on my diet.
All right.
So I went like cold turkey on my diet, went full throttle on working out, exercising and everything. And August of this year made 6 years since I hadn't taken any medicine.
Okay. Okay.
And that's all from diet and exercise.
All right. How do you get to the diet part? Like, was it gradually, or you just was right
Cold
at?
turkey. I
Okay.
went in cold turkey.
Okay. Okay. So, what does your diet consist of now?
So my diet consists of now is like a lot of protein. I hate protein powder. I do try to incorporate it in there. So like I try to have protein with every meal.
Hmm.
Um, like for breakfast, I might have a protein waffle and some turkey bacon. If I drink coffee, my coffee is black. I don't drink cream and sugar in my coffee.
Okay.
Um, for a snack, I might have a yogurt with some blueberries in it or something. Um, for lunch, like yesterday, I made a big pot of chicken and rice soup, so I had that for lunch. Um, and I might even eat it again for dinner. It depends. Like you could do like garden salad with some salmon or
Okay.
grilled chicken. Like it's so many different things. It's just that when you're trying to eat healthy, a lot of stuff get boring.
Right. 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 And it
Now
some
don't.
I find it to be getting expensive when you try to eat healthy.
It's more. It the crazy part about it is, which it's crazy to me that it's more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like trash.
Right. 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 Okay, so as a trainer, um, what is the biggest problems that you have as a trainer? Because I find like people when they're trying to lose weight or when they're trying to get to a certain place, it's the diet and consistency.
I was gonna say it's consistency. That's the biggest pet peeve is the consistency. Everybody got an excuse on why they can't do something. Everybody has an excuse on what they can't eat or they don't like it, or everybody has an excuse. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do squats. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do jumping jacks. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. It's just an excuse for every single thing,
Right. Right.
and family is the worst. I had a cousin of mine who I was training her, and 3 days in a row, I was like, all right, I'm on my way. She was like, oh, I don't feel like it today. Can we do it tomorrow? All right, cool. I call her tomorrow. The next day, oh, I really don't want to do it.
Mm.
Let's try tomorrow. Okay, now mind you, this is what pissed me off is because I canceled with my personal trainer to go with her.
Right.
And when I called her and told her that I was on my way, she was like, oh, well, Thanksgiving is coming, so I'm going to just wait until after Thanksgiving.
It's always something.
I said, if you start your diet now before Thanksgiving, that'll give your body time to get used to you eating like trash and it'll be easier for you to bounce back to eating healthy again.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
I left her where she was at. I never trained her again. I never offered. I never did nothing. I just kept going about my thing, doing my own thing.
Right. Okay, so what is your favorite thing about the whole fitness and working out process?
I feel like it's a stress reliever.
Mhm.
Um, it's my, I guess, my safe space,
Okay.
if you will. Yeah, like it. You can go in there pissed off, mad at the world, and come out like nothing happened.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you said your workout is like 3 times a week, basically.
Yeah, about three to four. It depends on how I feel. But majority of the time is 3 times a week.
Were you at one point doing every day?
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So what was the change in that? Like, what was the once you got to a certain point, then you said, all right, I could just do,
Yeah. Once I got to my goal weight, I was cool.
okay. Okay. Oh, and this is another thing that I find a lot of women saying mainly when it comes to like working out is they be like, I don't want to lift weights because I don't want to look like a man.
So I get that a lot, and I try to tell them you're not going to look like a man. You just tone.
Right.
That's all. Because I tell them, I said, look at me. I don't look like a man and I lift heavy.
Yeah. Right.
The
Right.
thing is, you don't lift every single day. That's
Right.
the thing. Like some of these guys really be going in crazy, lifting hundreds of pounds and chest pressing every day. You don't do that as a female unless you're a bodybuilder.
Right. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of things that people just don't know the information or they just overthink it sometimes. So I just want to
Hmm.
make sure we give them, the spices to it.
Of course.
Right. All right. So as we move on throughout this journey, you found yourself in, what they call the change, or they don't really like when I say the change or menopause. It becomes a sensitive topic. Nobody really wants to explain about
But
it.
the crazy part about it is it shouldn't be a sensitive topic because it's so many women that has, with me working in women's health,
Right,
I've learned that women have become younger.
right,
Before you would say, oh, you ain't got to worry about menopause until you 50, 51.
right,
No, it's women in their 30s going through it.
mm, right.
I started at 36.
Wow, wow. All right. So how did you know that this you were going through premenopause, or how did the process?
So at first I didn't realize it until it was just like, all right, something is going on. Like I was couldn't sleep. Like
Right,
I had the postmenopausal insomnia. I had the mood swings. Um, I had the emotions. Like one minute I'm happy, the next minute I'm crying for no reason. One minute I'm starving, the next minute I don't want anything to eat. Actually, forgot that I hadn't eaten anything.
right,
Um, Not too much of the sweats at the time, but the chills.
right.
So I called, sent my doctor a message and asked her to do some hormone levels on me. And she was like, yeah, they're a little elevated, but they're not that bad. But we just gonna put you on some hormone replacement therapy. I said, yeah, no, I don't want that.
Okay.
I said, I'm gonna do this like a holistic way. I'm gonna just double up on my sea moss,
Right.
soursop, black seed, and call it a day. And it's pretty much like calm down. It's just that like these hot flashes, they
Right.
come and go. Like one minute I'll be good for like a month,
Right.
and then it come back like somebody set me on fire with a match.
Okay. How was it explained to you? Like, was it explained to you that you are premenopausal or entering menopause? how was it explained to you, or how was it defined to you?
So they told me that I am in pre, like I'm right on the borderline of actually having menopause.
Okay.
My mom went into menopause at 35. I had a hysterectomy at 36, so it automatically threw me in that perimenopause stage. It's just that I didn't have a lot of the symptoms up until recently.
Okay. All right. So when you found out that this is what it is, was it like a why now kind of thing? How did you feel when you first, found out that this is what it is?
It was, I told y'all. This is exactly how I was like, I told y'all, I already knew. It's like y'all didn't want to believe me. Y'all kept saying, oh, you too young and all this other kind of stuff. And I was like, I already told you I knew what it was.
Right. Right. All
It's
right.
just like, they always think that your race and your age play a part, which depending on the person, your age and your age
Right.
can play a part, but everybody's different.
Right. Right. Yeah, everybody's gonna feel different symptoms, and everybody's gonna go through it. I guess at different
A
age.
different way, right?
Right. All right. So, like I was saying, people, it's not a conversation that I hear often, or people want to talk about. Is this something that you had conversations, with your mom or with other women? Is this a conversation that's had?
Yes. We are starting to actually have these conversations often. Like I said, before I left Temple, I worked at Jefferson OBGYN, which was women's health. Like I'm big on women's health. And these were conversations that were starting to be had. Like they actually started having like discussions where people could come to go to classes and have panels and, ask questions and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
I mean, it's out there. It's just that some women refuse to talk about it. They don't want to hear it. Like like even when we tell them, like, okay, well, they're having an issue, like, oh, well, you might need to get a hysterectomy. And they're like, oh, well, I don't want to turn into a man. Like, what?
It's
You're not going to turn into a man. Like, it's just, we try to educate them the best way we know how. We give them classes and stuff to take, we give them reading material. We also give them other people that they can reach out to get information from, but it's up to them to use it.
right. Okay, so I was reading that you're still premenopausal until you don't have a cycle for like a full year. Is that the basis of it?
Yes, it's 1 full year.
Okay. Okay.
So if you get to that 11th month and on that 12th month the cycle comes, you
Right.
are still in what's the name?
Wow. Wow. All right. So what was the first symptom that you had, and how are you dealing with the symptoms now?
The very first symptom that I had was a hot flash, and that was it. Like I said, right after I had my hysterectomy,
Okay.
I had the hot flash. I didn't know what it was at the time. I just thought, like, damn, it's hot.
Right.
Yeah, and then I started to realize and pick up on stuff because I'm like, it's snowing outside, and I got on a hoodie, and everybody else bundled up.
Right.
So I talked to my doctor, and she ran my labs again, and then that's when she told me that I was in the perimenopause stage.
Okay. Okay. So it does say that a lot of times people don't really recognize like this when the symptoms are making them like have anxiety or
Mm-hmm.
do like some kind of depression and things like that. Have you had any experience with those things?
I've had experience with the anxiety part because, like, I would be at work having a hot flash and I can't contain it, and then now I'm anxious because I don't want nobody looking at me, seeing me pouring down sweat, asking me what's going on. But I can pretty much control it.
Right. Okay. Okay. So have you noticed changes like in your moods, and how does that affect the people around you, like in your household?
Um,
Or is that even a conversation like with the people around you?
no. I'm gonna say the only way it may affect my mood is if something gets in the way of me working out.
Okay.
Like I get an attitude when my gym session is interrupted.
Right. Right.
And but as far as mood, what I mean like the mood changes, I mean like watching something on TV. Like
Right.
I'm a crybaby at stuff on TV and I never did that before. Like why am I crying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. All right. So what was like they said that you can get on meds for this, and
Mhm.
you said no to the meds.
Mhm. Because I just feel like at this age that I still have some time to go before I may start to even think about it.
Right.
Because like I'm still active, I'm still, working out, I'm still, doing stuff. So me personally, like I don't have any issues or any female other issues or anything like that. So I honestly, like right now, I'm good.
Right. Okay.
So
All right, so I'm gonna run through a couple of the things that they say it affects, and then you tell me, how it hit you, or if
okay,
you experience this. So they said sometimes there is pain. Have you experienced that?
pain from
It's pain like during sexy
no,
time, whatever.
no,
No pain. Okay.
mm-mm.
All right. What about fatigue?
Fatigue, yes.
Okay. Is there anything that you could do to combat that, or you just got to push through it?
Um, Normally I'll just grab a cup of coffee or something, or just get up and walk down the steps and walk back up, go in
Right.
the bathroom, splash some water on my face.
Right.
That's
Right.
pretty much it. I mean, unfortunately, with the fatigue, it's kind of hard to find anything to back that,
Right.
especially when you at work.
Right. Okay, and the hot flashes, are you like fan on, AC on? How you handle the hot flashes?
It depends on where I'm at.
Okay,
If I'm at work, the AC is already on, and I got the fan on at my desk. I got a personal fan at my desk.
right, right.
If I'm home, then yeah, all that stuff is on.
Hmm. Freezing. Okay, the sleep part of it, like the insomnia, or the just waking up out of your sleep. How has that affected you, and how do you handle it?
All right, so with the insomnia, at first I didn't think it was insomnia. I just thought it was like, how you just got a lot of stuff on your mind, you can't sleep.
Right,
At first, that's what I thought it was. And I went to my doctor. He went to go make me see a sleep study specialist. And when she looked over my labs from the doctor, she was like, "This is probably insomnia from the perimenopause." She gave me this medication called Ambien that was to help me sleep, but I feel like it didn't give me a good full night's sleep. Like I would go to sleep and I would sleep like a good 4 hours
right,
and then I'm up, but I'm up. Like I'm up. Like it's if I go to sleep at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I wake up at 12, I'm up at 12. Like it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
mm,
So I was like, we gotta figure something else out. I was like, I can't take this.
right. So,
So
so
then I just started to incorporate in stretching, meditating, and journaling. And then that kind of helped wind me down. And then, I go to sleep.
okay. Have you had any hair issues like dryness or loss of hair?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What about irritability?
Oh
It's-
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes.
so that
Sometimes it
just
seems like every little thing just irritate me. Like, what are you like? Yeah, it be bad sometimes. I gotta catch myself sometimes.
right. What comes down to anxiety?
Um, some deep breaths.
you know, a lot of
Some
people don't want to take
long.
medicine either.
Huh?
I said a lot of people don't want to take anxiety medicine either.
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I found out with anxiety medication. There are some that you can take as needed, and
Right.
then there are some that you take every day.
Right.
But the doctor has to determine how bad he thinks your anxiety is in order for him to give you that certain medication.
Okay.
Now, I've had the as needed,
Right.
and I've also had the everyday.
Okay.
Um, the ones that I took every day, I had to come off of.
Right.
One, I was a straight crybaby.
Hmm.
If I asked somebody to hand me something and they said no, even though they were joking, I was crying.
Right.
I said, yeah, I'm not taking this. And then the other medicine that they gave me, I was a no limit soldier. Like I didn't give a fuck about nothing or nobody. And I can't remember when I realized, I think I was at work when I realized my attitude and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not taking this either. I'm coming off of this. So I told my PCP and I was like, look, we just gonna have to do some as needed stuff because this everyday stuff is not working for me. And thank God I have a really good rapport. I've been with my PCP since I was 19.
Right.
So I have a really good rapport with him. So
Okay. Okay. Has it affected your sex drive in any way?
no.
Okay. That's good because I see that a lot too.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Okay. All right. Is there anything like when you're having these conversations that people say that's just like so these are the things that they're saying that people when like you said you're too young for it or things of that nature. What is the things that other people say about it that might irritate
You don't know what you going through. You too young for this. Wait till this happen or wait till that happen. And then it's like, that already happened to me.
you? Right.
I'm going through it now.
Right.
Like,
Right. So is it irritating like if a guy says you lucky you don't get your period no more? Like,
no, that don't bother me.
right. Okay. All right. And another thing that I was reading about is the whole pregnancy thing. So
Hmm.
it says that it's unlikely for somebody to get pregnant during or after menopause, but it's possible.
Yeah, because what happened was, and same thing with my cousin, she thought that because she was going through menopause and she was like, well, I don't need to take birth control anymore because I'm going through menopause. I'm not going to get pregnant. And she got pregnant and she was pissed off.
That's crazy.
But we tell people it happens. Like, you might not get a period, but you still have all your female organs. So
Right.
if you still have all your female organs and you're having unprotected sex, hello, it's still working. It ain't stopped completely, especially if they're at that stage where it's been 10 months since they haven't gotten a period and they still waiting that 2 months to see if that period don't come. That's an open target right there.
Right. Right. Yeah. So that's a misconception. People, you can still get pregnant.
Yes,
Um,
you can.
right. And also for the people who still want to have kids and they're going through this or whatever, they do in vitro um, when you're premenopausal or going through menopause.
Sometimes you don't even need in vitro. Sometimes you don't even need it, depending on the person.
Okay.
Like if you have someone that's like very fertile,
Right.
they don't even need it, but they would just be considered a high risk pregnancy because of their age.
Right.
Um, and they just have to take like extra precaution on caring for them and the baby. That's all.
Okay. Okay. All right. And how long does menopause last in general? Because I seen something that said like 7 years.
It can last from anywhere from like 7 to 10 years. It depends. Like some women go through it for a few months and then that's it. Some go for a year or two. But it's like sporadic. Like it's not seven full years of like hot flashes.
Right.
It come and go, come and go, come and go.
Okay. And what
Yeah,
is
so it
your
depends.
like advice for women who don't know how to take it, like when they start going through menopause, like they just get depressed or whatever it may be, they just don't know how to handle just the whole phase of it.
This is when I tell them to stay off of Google.
Okay.
Stop asking your friends and your family. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because everybody is different and everybody goes through things different.
Right.
They need to build a rapport with their gynecologist and talk to their gynecologist about this because that your gynecologist is pretty much the one who is going to help you through these processes because then they're going to know maybe if you might need to start hormone replacement therapy. They might say, well, you should try this. You know what I mean? Like it's so many different things that the doctor can help you with that family and friends probably didn't know about because they probably were embarrassed to have a conversation.
Right. So what is the whole process in the hormone replacement? Is that just like I seen something that's saying you could like get injections or take something for it? What's the hormone
So you
replacement?
can get and you can get injections. You can take a pill. I think one might be a patch, and a patch you only leave on for like a few days or whatever. Um, yeah. But this is the tricky part is with that is you have to still have your ovaries, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You still have to have your ovaries to get the injection.
Okay. And that basically balances you out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me see. I think we tapped into pretty much everything on this. Is there any other thing that you wanted to tell the people as far as menopause is concerned?
No, just like I said, just pay attention. Every female knows their body better than the doctor. Always be an advocate for your own self. Don't let the doctor say, oh, you're too young. You can't be flashing. You can't this. You can't that. No, tell them. I don't care if you're going through a hot flash and you got to take a video of it and you send it to the doctor on that little portal. Do what you got to do. Like I tell people that all the time. Be your own advocate. Don't ever let anyone say that you're not going through something because you know you better than anybody.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay. And before we wrap up, I'll put your Instagram, John. Just let people know
Hmm.
about your fitness training and how they if they needed something like that, how they can go about
Okay.
it. Let me see. All right. So you offer training as well. I seen you doing a John with the like the big skate John.
Yes, those are rebound boots. I am a rebound instructor, and my classes are Saturday morning at 9 a.m. at Cedarbrook Middle School.
Okay. Okay. So she does offer fitness training for anybody who needs anything like that. And like she said, she's at Temple, right?
Yes.
Right. So she's at Temple. If anybody needs any other medical information or something like that, you can reach out as well. Um, my last question on this would be, we'll step aside from the menopause for a second, and I'll just get your advice on something. So
Mm-hmm.
as you see the men and women butting heads or um, not understanding each other, what
Mm-hmm.
would what would your advice be on what people can do to uh, break the gender wars?
As far as the menopause thing, or just in
No, just in
general?
general.
That's a tough one. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I feel like this generation and the generation that we're living in right now, everybody is so stuck on themselves.
Right.
Um, Females are stuck in their ways, men are stuck in their ways, and it's hard because it's still some good people out there, men and women wise. They just gotta chill. Like people, you hear people, I want a husband. Well, you can't get a husband if you like that,
Facts.
or vice versa. I want a wife. Well, you can't have a wife if you know you're a certain way. Like people got to start changing their ways and go back to having real conversation. Like don't
Facts.
yo shorty me and think I'm supposed to stop and talk to you. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? Like I walked this in actually today I was walking down the street and somebody was like chocolate,
Mm.
and I just looked and kept walking like
That is crazy. All right, so uh, my last question will be, what would be the conversations between, like, how should a woman communicate, with a man, what they're going through?
what they're going through in life general.
I mean, in menopause or in life, wherever you want to take it.
Okay, so if I feel as though if you're in a relationship or at least a committed relationship or a somewhat committed relationship, you've been with this person long enough. I just feel like you should sit that person down and just let them know, like, listen, I'm going through menopause. One minute I'm gonna be hot, one minute I'm gonna be cold, one minute I'm gonna be irritable, one minute I'm gonna be happy, one minute I'm gonna be sad, one minute I'm gonna be hungry, one minute I might not want nothing to eat. Like you just gotta to keep it honest. Like I keep it honest with mine. I tell them all the time, look, I don't feel like that shit today.
I can dig it.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll be like, I'm hungry. I want this. I want that. I want that. I want that. Like he know how to meet me in the middle. You understand what I'm saying? So you just gotta find somebody to meet you in the middle or to at least help you out. Just don't hide it from him and then come in the house pissed off, mad, angry, and he don't know what you mad for. And now both of y'all are angry and arguing at each other because you ain't tell him that you was irritable from something. Like
Right, and that's the problem that I see a lot, that is not being spoken of, or just speaking in general. You're not telling your person what you're going through, so they don't
right,
understand, and now y'all going at it because you're not talking.
right. You gotta talk about it. You
Right.
got it's a part of life. You gotta talk about it. It's just like men. Men go through stuff down there too. Like, you know how much stuff I see at work? Like, come on. I could tell you some stuff now.
What would be the craziest thing you've seen?
What for a man?
Right.
I don't even know how to say this. So because I forget what they call it, and when I get the appropriate medical term, um, I'm gonna tell you. But
Okay.
this one guy came in, nice looking guy, nice looking couple, and He had to get an examination. He asked the young lady to wait out because he wanted privacy. And she was like, well, I'm your girlfriend. Why would you not want me in here?
Mm,
And clearly by this time, they had never slept together yet or whatever.
okay.
And he was just like, I just want the nurse and the doctor, please, and then I'll bring you back once the examination was over.
Right.
She said, okay. The first time in my life, T, I swear,
What's
I've
up?
never saw a penis that looked like a belly button.
I can't. I can't.
No, I'm dead ass.
I
I'm dead ass. It looked just like a belly button.
can't.
And when he was talking to the doctor, he told the doctor, like, she don't know because I feel like if I tell her that she's going to leave me and this and the third,
But
I
what
don't know
was his
what happened
issue?
with them two.
What
It's
was
a
his?
condition.
That's what
It's
I'm
a
saying.
condition. I forget the name of it. Like I said, when I find it out, I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
It's a condition, and
But
and
that's
they're
why he
actually
came to the hospital though.
he was. It was for a checkup.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he was coming for a routine checkup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild.
yeah. And we have a lot of. It's a lot of men that are actually born like that.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for coming on Intimate Conversations.
of course,
Always a pleasure. Shout out to the family. How's the boys
no
doing?
problem. Oh my God, they are phenomenal. Everybody's good. Don't nobody live here in Philly.
I
Everybody doing great.
can dig it. I can dig it.
Everybody going. They done even took my damn cat.
Not taking a cat.
They took my cat.
I can't. Well, like I was saying, thank you for coming on Intimate Conversations. Thank you for sharing some of your story. Um,
Of course.
Always a pleasure. Any last words?
Of course. And if you need no, if you need any information, like I said, I got some good GYN people that can help out with if people going through menopause or think they might be going through some stuff and
Right,
they just want to go have a visit to take a talk, possibly get some blood work done, get some answers. I mean, even though I'm not at Jefferson anymore, I still know some dope people there that steer them in the right direction and won't, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you had some doctors that just, I'm the doctor listening. No, these doctors actually listen.
right. Okay, so that fibroids thing,
So,
I've heard or seen a lot of women experience that or not know that they're experiencing that. So
hmm
what is the symptoms in that
and what?
fibroids?
So, if you see somebody and they stomach, they start to grow. They start to make your stomach grow,
Okay,
and they actually start to make the woman look like she's pregnant. And if you know what if you know what you're feeling for, like you can actually feel them, like right underneath your breastbone, like right here, they can start feeling. They start feeling like little balls. You start feeling
okay,
like mine's were huge. Mine's were huge. Like um, I had 13 of them,
Hmm,
and majority of mine's were like the size of grapefruits.
hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
So
those also cause you to have like very heavy irregular periods and stuff like that.
right. And you got to get surgery to get rid of them.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Depending on how many fibroids you have and how bad they are, you can get them removed,
Right.
which is fine. Only thing is sometimes within a few years they'll grow back and then they'll grow back bigger than what they were. And my advice to women was always if you are done having kids and you legit don't want any more having kids, and let's say you went like you 48, 49, and you know you're not about to have it, just get a hysterectomy.
Right. Right.
It'll be the best thing you ever did.
So, were you done having kids before that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Never wanted a girl?
They told me my oldest son was a girl the entire pregnancy.
Wow.
But you know, that was back in the day when they ain't have all the high tech stuff like they do now.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they told me he was a girl the whole pregnancy.
Okay. Well, okay, let's wrap this up and make sure y'all like, subscribe, all that good stuff to the channel. Hit that live bell notification. Stay tuned to more episodes of Intimate Conversations coming soon. And once again, thank you, Shawnette,
You
and
welcome.
and we'll see y'all next time, people.
All right,
Deuces.
see y'all later.
Oh, come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute? Can we just talk? Girl, I want to know.